Okay, I'm gonna start doing this new thing. I'm gonna do a weekly thing on the apps that I find, because I literally go through hundreds of apps looking for the cool ones, especially the ones that are not subscription based or really reasonable if they are, and I'm not really into rent to own, so I'd rather buy it if it's really, really good and I'm gonna use it all the time. And so the first one I'm going to start off with, it's probably not an obvious one because it's free, and if you have an iPhone, you have it. You may not have used it yet, but it's the Animoji that you're seeing right now. So there are two ways to, I just took off my glasses so they can read my expression even better. There are two ways to use the Animoji. One is, so first of all, in both ways you have to use it through your SMS app on your iPhone. And one way gives you the head and no body and no background, and then it renders it to so the background is an alpha video channel, so you can superimpose it on top of any other video, anybody's body or whatever. And the other one is in real time with your body. Here's my body. And there's two different ways to get to those, and if you don't know about it, you might have wondered, like, how do you do what I'm doing right now. So first of all, you have to create a custom Animoji. So I'm going to switch over to that and do a screen recording and show you how to do that. Okay, so what I do is, in order to make the movies so I can use them in other things, I text myself, because the only way to get this out of your phone is through an SMS. And so you just make an entry in your phone book that you can basically text yourself. And then after you create the Animoji, you just send yourself a copy, and then you push on it until some options come up, and then you can save it to your photos. So right now it's saving what I just did. I'm in my car again, doing a couple steps before I go back home. Okay, so right down here on the bottom, the head will show up. I have to turn on the light so it'll follow my expressions. See how there's no background? And there's a red button right next to it. And so if I record that, testing, this is with no body and an alpha background. And I'm gonna stop. Testing, this is with no body and an alpha background. I'm gonna send it to myself. and now you'll see that it's black. Testing. This is with no body and an alpha background. Testing. Okay, so now that I've sent it to myself, testing. I can hit the share button. No body and an alpha background. Save video. Here's the one that I did before. Share. Save video. This is just a picture. So I'll save that. Save image. That saves it to my camera roll. Okay, so that's how you do it the one way. Now the other way, so is you go as if to text yourself, and instead of hitting that little icon on the bottom, you hit the camera first. And now you can either take a picture or a video, so you got to make sure you choose the video, and then see the little star on the left. You pick that star, and now all those little icons come up, and you pick the monkey again. And now you can pick the one that you just created. And now I'm in my car, and the head is on my body. Okay, so I kind of tend to like this one even better than the one with no background, but sometimes that one is handy, more handy as well. So now you know how to reach both ways. You know how to customize it. And then I think they stay in there for like forever. And I like it because you can use them for video and movie characters, and you don't have to sign a release. So it uses Apple's face recognition technology. You can even stick out your tongue. And then there are some third-party apps that will also do this, and they have their own renderings it's not Animoji. This particular style of Animoji is Apple's and Apple's alone. Okay, so now you know more about the Animoji and how to access it and how to use it. You have to be in good light so they can see you well. See if I turn this off. Now it can't see me as well, although, see how it's shaky? It's like, oh no, I can almost not do this. One other thing I forgot to say is the great thing about Animoji is you can film it in portrait mode, but really if you're making movies that are traditionally watched on a flat screen TV, not a phone, you're going to want to turn the phone. And the great thing is the Animojis works just as well in landscape as it does in portrait. So this is actually preferable. A lot of people take movies with their phone up and down. You're not really supposed to, and you miss out on a lot of what's to the left and the right of the main action. So yeah, it is best to use this mode, because then you can mix it with your other cinematic footage that is in landscape, not portrait. All right. Okay, the next app is a killer app that I wanted to talk about. So, first of all, the new iPhones, both the 10 and the 11, have really excellent portrait camera. And the portrait camera allows you to, it measures depth. And the cool thing is you can do it from the selfie position of looking at your phone. It'll take a portrait, and you can also do it taking a portrait of someone else. But you can adjust the focal length, so you can adjust if something is blurry in the background after the fact inside of the iPhone. doing a tutorial. Look, this is the program where you can light after the fact. Hold on, I'm gonna save this one.
Cool.
And watch this. So look, I took this picture in here, hardly any light.
Oh, and you can add light?
Yeah, but not only that, it knows the shadows. Like, look, it stops at the nose and casts a shadow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's called Apollo. It's one of my favorite apps. You can also make it color. So let's make it look like by campfire. And then I can duplicate that, put another one over here, and let's see, I'll make that one red. So I got a red one and a yellow one. And then let's pretend we're at a rave. And I'll make this a little brighter.
Cool.
And make it green. Put it down. Okay, this next app is for changing just certain colors in the video. You'll notice this is the intro that I came up with, and that was stock out of the intro maker. And here's after I changed some of the colors. And then I went on and edited it even further for the very beginning of this. But, okay, this next one's only 99 cents, and it's pretty cool because you can change individual colors in the video up to 3 different colors and leave the other colors the same. That, like the red, we'll change it to green. Green's fine. I'll go to the yellow. And I'll change it to purple or pink. And then color 3, instead of changing the title, we'll just change the purple in there to orangish. So here's before. And then here is after. Now this next app is one of my favorites too. It's crazy good. You can either use it on video or you can use it as a camera and shoot these effects live. Or you can just shoot it regular and then add it to your video afterwards. But it's pretty incredible. I think it's like $8 or something for the full version. And there's like a ton of parameters you can adjust and customize it. So it's not just an automatic thing. You can totally customize it and make it like your own. It's killer. So here you can see some of the effects. I didn't take this video. I got this from a dude who was showing it off on YouTube. But he's really easy to find. He's like one of the only people that even has a video about this. Bald dude with glasses. And I figured, yeah, he just kind of quickly shows some of the effects. But I've used them in I used them in the last video, and yeah, pretty cool. One of my favorite apps for distorting video. Oh yeah, and they just added this new effect. It's like the bubble effect, except it's GIFs, and so it's based on movement. So if there's movement, it puts movement around the edges of the object, so it looks like those objects are coming out of the person. So there's a website I think called Giphy. So this new effect allows you to add any of the GIFs that are on there, which is like thousands. Yeah. So this last one, I'm not going to demonstrate it. Basically, not only does it batch resize video, but it also will batch flip video. So I ended up finding this after a lot of searching when I once had 30 videos that I took on my iPhone that I took in landscape mode, but for some reason when I imported them to edit them, they were in portrait mode, and turning each one of them right side up at a time was tedious. So I wanted to find something that did it batch wise. This is the only program I could find after much searching that will batch many videos. Of course, the more videos you have, the longer it's going to take, but you don't have to do them one at a time. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed some of these suggestions, and I'll have more next week.